My grandmother had a good friend who was a painter, and so my grandmother commissioned her to do my portrait. This one summer, I would travel to her house and sit for her several times, and I was 12 and she was like 82 at the time. I was just totally fascinated by the process of what she was doing, and we had these long conversations about art, and she was telling me about her life in Paris, where she was in the 50s, spent most of her life there. And that was the first time I sort of understood what maybe it is to be an artist. And I remember sitting there and watching her paint and listening to that sound of painting, that like scratching kind of sound, and her mixing the colors and the sort of slow process of it. So that was very significant, and I think that was sort of the seed for the future. The work that I'm doing right now, it's for my thesis show, which means that I'll be graduating from the MFA program. And so I'm making 5 paintings that are all 5 feet by 6 feet on canvas, using spray paint, enamel paint, and oil and acrylic. I think about my paintings for a long time before I make them. Like the paintings that I'm doing right now, I've been thinking about them the past, I don't know, 8 months, 9 months. You know, the color, the scale, all the different aspects of them. And then when I start working, I try not to think about anything but just the making. Like in dance, like you dance, you practice, but then when you perform, you don't think about the choreography anymore. You just have to, you know, it's in your muscle memory. You just go to it, and your body guides you. Lately, I've been really just thinking about color intention and the subtleties, I guess, of that. I work on layers. I'm very specific layers of like the underpainting, then the next layer, and then the next layer. And I'm trying to find some sort of place where they are palpable or resonating between those different layers, where one is not more dominant than the other. Well, the stencils I first started to use was the circle. I wanted to make a perfect circle and sort of remove my hand, or some kind of idea of like making a circle, you know, like with some sort of device. But then I became really interested in the space between those circles, and that's where this shape came from. And then I wanted to try to figure out, like, how can I use that shape? So I thought, well, I can use it as a stencil. It's a very interesting form. It's open and it's closed. And with the line, I mean, essentially line, it can be either infinite, it can continue infinitely, or if you turn it to like attach those two ends of the line, it makes a circle too. So it's sort of, there's a paradox, like they're totally different kinds of forms, but they're also the same form at the same time. They're sort of concealed within that is the same form. So that's why I also think it's really interesting. I can get this done, it'll be a good thing. Good day. Finish painting. Getting there. Everything else is so instant, like instantaneously, you know, posting things, doing things constantly really quickly, but painting you have to slow down. And that's something, you know, really different. And you have to confront the work itself and yourself in many ways. Like, I mean, I can sometimes work 15 hours and, you know, that kind of intensity but slowness, and there's no shortcuts. I mean, I find paintings just so fascinating because there are these objects, they are two-dimensional, but they're three-dimensional at the same time. They're so little in a sense. I mean, it's just paint and canvas, but the kind of things they do, I think there is a bodily responses that they evoke. Like, I can look at a painting and I see some paint and it makes me want to like taste it or touch it, or what is that thing, and how they can command you in the space in such a way and have this presence. I'm fascinated by the mystery of them.